Hello, friends. Syed and I are again here, and we bring a lot of information, news for you, and we seek your opinion and your feedback so we can make us better. We can bring better information, better news for you. So, Syed, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
We have many things going on, but I want to start with Pakistan's this army general, is the chief of army staff. He's visiting United States. Now, this Biden administration, mostly what happens is you talk to your counterparts, they invite you, you come there. And we here in America mean business. So Asim Munir cannot be coming here on a friendly, mission or just to have chit chat or dinner with his pals in Pentagon or CENTCOM. So he's coming here on a mission. We know that Asim Munir is a de facto ruler of Pakistan right now with the installed puppet regime, which is supposed to hold free and fair elections and leave. And these people are supposed to stay in barracks, and both are not really interested in doing what they are supposed to do, what they are mandated to do. So Asim Munir is coming here. Now, this is the Biden administration, and I'm saying it second time, but Imran Khan was in the office, Prime Minister's office, when Biden took over, and Biden never, ever contacted Khan. Biden did not communicate with him. There was no phone call, there was no contact, and it was all deliberate. Why is Biden getting so chummy with Pakistan's military brass? The military brass reports to, the executing sitting government. Defense minister is the boss of the military, and then defense minister reports to the prime minister. But prime minister was here. Biden didn't meet with him, or the top brass didn't meet with him. Apparently, we came here to address the UN. But I saw a very, very interesting remark from Waqar Malik. He does a vlog from UK, and he's fairly popular and very, very accurate. He said, before this idiot, the prime minister, we thought that it was impossible to beat Shahbaz's speed. But he's beating hands down with his goofy, stupid acts and his venomous, take towards PTI. We also saw a picture where he is like almost, bent down, leaning, shaking hand with Imran Khan. But now he's talking about things which are ridiculous and venomous. He's like full of hubris somewhere. Both the general as well as the prime minister will say. So what do you think? Why is Asim Munir coming here, and what is going to happen?
First of all, I want to highlight the keyword counterpart when you mentioned it. Of course, when you talk about counterpart, usually it's the prime ministers or the presidents meeting with each other. Before I say anything else, I would like to quote some of the words that are being used for Pakistan Army at the moment. Pakistan Army is up for sale. The generals are for sale. These are the specific words that are being used by different vloggers from different parts of the globe. So it's raising a lot of eyebrows, because when you see that a general is coming over, before that, people are saying, and speculators and as well as analysts, they mentioned that whoever this prime minister is, I don't know his name, the Pakistani prime minister, Kakar or whatever. So he came in.
Anwarullah Kakar.
Yes. So this man, when he came in, he wanted to sort of set the things right for the army chief before he came in. So he talked to media. He did some communication with the media here. I think he also met some of the influential people here, and he wanted to sort of give an impression that in Pakistan there's no human rights violations going on. And then, as soon as he left, you saw that overseas Pakistanis as well as American citizens of other descents, they were raising their voice for this very famous journalist or slash vlogger Imran Riaz Khan, who was in I think in a death cell for almost 4 months, and there were no signs of him, and some people were saying that he even died, he was killed, so. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the police, I'd say Alcourt police, they recover him from somewhere and they transport him to his house. And then the other development that happens is that Imran Khan, he's being moved from, I think, Atak jail to Adiala jail now, which has and into a more, I think, a better prison cell, which is made for political, ex-political workers, or ex-politicians, or ex-prime.
Yeah, they have B class there.
Yes, sorry, those are called B class cells.
Atak jail does not have it. It is for the educated. Yeah.
Okay. Hardcore criminal. Okay. So they are shifting him to that prison. So I think what Mr. Munir is trying to do is he's basically trying to throw little bits and pieces of what I would say is dog bones to these people, right? So that they would sort of calm down a little, especially the overseas Pakistanis who have been protesting since the past year and a half now, raising a voice against the inhumane practices that are taking place in Pakistan. And they are, of course, the one man who's running the show right now is Asim Munir. It's a martial law in civilian disguise, right? So we all understand. So the one thing, the questions that I have as a common man is that, was this trip planned way in advance, or is this a trip that's planned recently in the wake of the mudslinging that's going on Democrats right now, along with Joe Biden? We see Secretary Blinken and Biden, we see them talk about that Khalistan movement Sikh follower who died in Canada, and they call them allegations, right? So we see them talking about that man that died. We see them talking about Bangladesh, putting a ban on, a certain political workers and political party and stuff. We see them talking about what's happening in Africa, in Somalia and Ethiopia. We, time and again, we see them issuing statements or warnings about that. But Pakistan, who is the closest ally, right, which has fought several wars since independence, they've always been that key ally in that region, long before any other country was, long before India. Right now, they just joined the American camp, but Pakistan had always been a part of the, even up till this day. So Secretary Blinken, to him, there were 66 congressmen that signed a bipartisan letter, which highlighted the grave human right violations that are taking place in Pakistan. But he turned a blind eye to that. It seemed like he just completely trashed that letter, which had the concerns, the voice of all the people, in America as well as Pakistanis overseas. It was a well documented letter that pointed out the grievances of people overseas in Pakistan and how they're dealing with such a tyrant government. So my whole concern right now is what could be the agenda behind Asim Munir coming in at this moment when when the Ukrainian war as it is at its peak, and Pakistan has become a major partner in that war, where we find out about this story that was leaked out by The Intercept, where where Pakistan was manufacturing these shells and ammunition, close to a $1 million deal, which they were transporting and producing for the Ukrainian war. So it's so my concern here is this sort of a planning ahead for what and how the elections would be managed, how the military is going to continue to play a role. The Pakistani military is going to continue to play a role for United States in Ukraine. and how the elections would be managed in Pakistan, or if they are to take place at all. Will there be a decision on whether Imran Khan, who is the most popular and the most honest leader in Pakistan, will his party be completely boycotted from elections, from running in elections, or will they allow Imran Khan's party to run for the elections without the presence of Imran Khan, without Imran Khan leading that party? So these are the questions I had in my mind, sir, and I would like your take on this. Thank you.
Okay, so you said this guy, the chief of army staff, is running the show. There is no show running. They're spinning their wheels. They want to run the show, but there is no show running, sir. First of all, there is no show without the audience. Second of all, you need people who are skilled in their craft and their art, and they do what they do best, not somebody else's job. When you stop doing your job and you start doing somebody else's job, you cannot run the show. If the director becomes the actor, and the actor becomes the singer, and the singer becomes the dancer, then you can imagine what show is running, okay? So no show. There is no show. They're just spinning their wheel. They want to run the show, but it will not run. Now, as far as this whole setup is concerned, there are two parts to it. As I was saying earlier, Biden refused to talk to Prime Minister Khan. He refused to. Biden has his own insecurities, and Biden has his own issues. Biden was never going to be president. He's not a president material. He rose because Republicans could not. Republicans could not come up with a good leader who could, be. So Biden became the president. All his life he kept trying. He could not. He was a terrible vice president, like Obama was a terrible president. So Biden could not be president, but he did become president circumstantially. And then his terrible policies have been hurting United States ever since, especially the people of United States. He has been involved in legislation against the people of United States for corporations ever since. Before he was senator, he was vice president, and he did terrible things to the people of the United States, but he keeps getting elected like the other idiots get elected to different offices because they're very, very ignorant, ill-informed, and adamant voters who say blue no matter who, or on the Republican side, I'm not sure what is their tagline, but something similar. They don't look at the policies, they don't look at the qualities, they just look at the color and they vote. So Biden was voted in. The way he pulled out of Afghanistan, it was not strategic, it was not even tactical. Because Afghanistan war was not making as much money for war contractors and military industrial complex as they wanted to. It's like flu is not making as much money for big pharma as the COVID is. So COVID, one strand comes up every now and then, and you get one booster or another booster. Someday when COVID stops making as much money, COVID will disappear and something else will come up. Likewise, Afghan war became flu. It was making some money, but not enough money. So he had to pull out of Afghanistan in a hurry, leaving billions of dollars of assets behind. But then again, we have confiscated Afghan, like we froze Afghan government's money here. The poor people of Afghanistan, they're starving, dying, and whatever. But Biden is least concerned about all of that. He wanted to start Ukrainian war. Trump refused to start any war, so he was removed from office. Biden is the president. He had to start this war. This war does two very, very important things. Number one, it makes money for the military-industrial complex. The more wars, the more money. That's first thing. Second thing it does is it weakens European Union. In Urdu, we say, usse khud se pyar hai, is qadar koi samne bhi khada na ho. He loves himself so much, nobody should stand in front of him. Soviet Union destroyed, but Russia is still there. So before it was like, oh, communism is really evil. So communism is gone now. Russia is not a communist country anymore. Why is Russia so evil? They have elected government. Putin is an elected president. He has policies and he's dealing with the rest of the world. They're not terrorists. They're not doing anything. We saw this big scandal that Trump connived with Russia for elections and all that. I don't want to go into it. We have limited time, so I'll focus and come to this. But it is important to understand that background. Now, in the Ukraine war, they started, and like they did not do enough homework. Like they did not do enough homework when they got rid of Shah of Iran. They did not do enough homework when they got rid of Ziad. They did not do enough homework when they got rid of Saddam, Gaddafi. You know, the list goes on and on and on. So Europe fell into this trap, you know, the NATO trap, and Russia was trying for 20 years to stop them from installing NATO guns at their borders, and this was going on. So legitimately elected popular leader of Ukraine was removed, and this joker Zelensky was installed, who's a comedian, and he continues to keep doing this Shakespearean comedy with Ukrainian people and the rest of the world. So European Union fell into that trap of the Ukrainian war. Now Russia has announced that they are stopping energy supply, all kind of energy supply indefinitely. And guess it's winter and European Union needs energy. America does not import gas from Russia or anywhere. They're not dependent. So why the prices skyrocketed here? Gas almost became double in the wake of this war. Why are American consumers paying by the nose? You know, they're paying an arm and a leg for this war. Taxpayers' money is going there. And then all the gas prices and all the inflation that is caused in the pretext of war, that is hurting American consumers as well. European Union is weakened now because they rely a lot on Russian energy. And you see that there are new alliances are forming. BRICS has come out and the other countries. And now China, SCO alliance there, the Southeast Asian nations, they're doing that. And Middle East, you see all the changes happening. But we got trapped into this Ukrainian war. And today I was reading an article that, the Korean guy, he wants to start a nuclear war. So like Ukrainian war was not enough for us to make money, now we need to build that threat again. This is election year, remember. And we are lambs. American people are lambs. They get scared, they are kept in scare, and then you can do anything you want to. Patriot Act came in that, curbed American civil liberties. So all of this in the context of war is going on. And this Asim strip is no different. America does not manufacture low-grade ammunition, guns and bullets and bombs and all that. And even if we do it here, it will be very extremely sensitive politically as well as difficult to transport it from here. Pakistan is right there. Imran Khan said that he's partner in peace, not in war. That's why Imran Khan was removed. Everything else is noise. If Imran Khan had agreed to supply that ammunition and support that they needed for Ukrainian war, Imran Khan would still be prime minister. As you said, this not only our courts are in Pakistan, courts are not just the courts are bitches of the riches, but our army is also bitch of the rich. Whoever pays there, we are gun for hire. You always see us on the surface in all the United Nations peace missions, and behind the curtain, all the proxy wars. We send our soldiers wherever there is money, whether it's Middle East, Europe, the wars, wherever you want, you can take them. So Asim Munir is banking on that. And this Biden administration is criminally, illegally supporting them. They do not to be supported. Biden is digging a big hole for American policy abroad, American interest in that region, and for American people. American people do not want that. They don't support it. But our political system is so fractured, you can benefit from it. You make like the 37% voters to fight among themselves and 10% undecided voter. You just have to manipulate that part. And with courts becoming so politicized, with, campaign financing becoming so wonky, everybody, now any billionaire can buy an assembly in a state, or senators and congressmen in this, in the federal government. So all the policies being made, whether it's in Pakistan or United States, are against people. Now, mind you, many Pakistanis are right now very, very mistakenly believe that, Democrats are doing this, so we need to remove Democrats, so Republicans come in and they will be, magically our friends. First of all, this has never happened. Republican or Democrat, they have done nothing for Pakistan. For the right reason, nobody will do anything for Pakistan. Pakistan has to do for itself. Like India did, like China did, like Saudi Arabia did, like Bangladesh. All these names that you said, America issued warnings because they are not towing the line of the empire. They are not, why there is no warning for Pakistan? Because Pakistan is doing everything that we are asking them to do. Everything. So human rights don't matter, journalists don't matter, media doesn't matter, women, children, civilians, they don't matter. Constitution doesn't matter, democracy doesn't matter. What matters is that you toe the line of this Biden administration. So that's why Asim Munir is welcome here and Imran Khan was not. So Asim Munir is coming here to, number one, take directions, discuss whatever policy issue, make some ground for himself, get some breathing room, get some money, of course, a little bit of money by selling them they can get, solidify his position against Imran Khan, make promises, to reassure the masters that he will be wagging his tail as a obedient slave. And then the master in return will allow him to enslave his own people there. This is the deal. As simple as that. And this is not the first time it is happening. Faces change. Biden was not there before and Asim was not there before, but this script has been played so many different times in this context, exact same context. Starting from Afghanistan to Iran, to Iraq, to many Middle Eastern countries, African countries, South American countries. Same exact script. There could be little minor details different. It's the same. That's why Asim Munir is coming here. But I can tell you this, okay? Biden will lose ground here because he's performed terribly, no matter what the democratic mainstream media says and how much they talk about the economy. Biden has destroyed American reputation and interest in the rest of the world, in the Middle East, starting from when he snubbed the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia to all the other moves that he has made. He's wanted to create a group and a big, huge scheme of projects to, counter OBOR, the China's BRI initiative. Now, Pakistan is a weak, bird. You can hunt it, eat it. It's not going to matter much. You can take over CPEC, you can, but you will not be able to control China. India is aligning with them. The rest of the Central Asia is aligning with them. How will you do that? Pakistan was there to protect some of the American interests. If Pakistan keeps becoming weaker, who's going to do that? Afghanistan will not do it. Decide Iran, Afghanistan, India, China, Russia, Central Asian states, who will protect American interests? As much as this, I cannot emphasize enough on how much Biden administration's policies have hurt the interests of United States in that region. So Asim Munir coming here will not do any good for United States. Maybe it will help a little bit more in the war. He will come here, he will beg for money, and he will be willing to give whatever United States wants. But then that will again be problematic. Imran Khan got United States out of the Afghanistan mess. He brokered the peace deal between Taliban and United States. You need a strong leader backed by people to enforce anything or implement anything that you want to do. America is still using the CIA and our intelligence agencies and our institutions are still using the old playbook that we played in 90s and 80s and 70s and 200s, and we think that we will be able to do with the same one again. No. Saudi Arabia used to be a staunch, ally. You could not think of Saudi Arabia going anywhere else in the Middle East or anybody. Saudi Arabia is gone. We pumped so much money and resources into India to prepare that paper tiger against China. India is aligning with China. BRICS, they're expanding BRICS, which will expand India's influence, which means India will have more autonomy and they will be able to stand up more. They took a stance in Ukrainian war against American interest. They're rewarded. Pakistan worked and still working to protect American interests there, and they are punished. People of Pakistan are suffering like anything. And this is because of the Biden administration. And when people suffer, people do not forget. No matter what they do, no matter what Biden, Donald Lu, Anthony Blinken, Lisbeth Newland, all these stooges who are orchestrating things and manipulating to control the region, they will not be able to do it. It's not. It's not going to work the way they want to work it. It will slip like it slipped in Iran. Mullahs took over and they're still there. Pakistan, what will happen, who will come and who will, it's written on the wall. How much can you deny that? So that's where we are now. Asim Munir is coming, as he said, he's the business as usual. He's going to beg, they will give him something like America got the IMF bailout deal for the money. We thought, it was so technical and IMF is weighing odds and IMF is going to look at the taxes and look at the income and look at the repayment. Now, nothing. IMF is another poodle of United States. It's another tool that we use to control other, countries. So IMF did not look at it. They looked at one thing. Are we doing what United States, Pakistan is doing what United States told them to do? As soon as they started doing that, they got that. They wanted. IMF turned out to be a big hypocrite. They lied. They played games. They orchestrated. They went and they did this drama of meeting with Imran Khan, like they're bringing this with consensus. The only trick there was that if Imran Khan resists it or he refuses it, he will get in even more trouble. But Imran Khan is not stupid. Imran Khan is playing a very, very calculated game. He's smarter than Biden and Asim Munir combined. He is a victim, victim of the circumstances built over a long period of time. But he's going to come out of it. People are vehemently supporting him. 75% people support him. Asim Munir seeks, America's approval. And all these things that you are saying that have been done, they're not to please people of Pakistan. They're there to please international media, which is going to go after Asim Munir. These things are to, just be, if you go and face journalists, or I don't think they're going to any town hall or anything, but to answer all of those things. You're saying, oh, we are so democratic. We held this journalist, and I mean, the most popular journalist in Pakistan, hostage for 4 months, but we are the heroes because we produced him here. We are the heroes. We held Imran Khan illegally. We put him in Atak jail, which is a death cell prison. You put a former prime minister without any crime, without any cause, no legitimate cause. You put him there for so long, and then now, while you're coming to America, you switch him to all the courts. Courts have said, and lawyers and all those were fighting this battle, but nothing happened. But since you're coming to bow before your masters, you do this thing. Oh, Imran Khan can go there. Imran Khan is released. The women have, by the way, they've been captured again. Women have been arrested again. So it was a fake gesture, and then that gesture is gone. But for the citizens of a country who are abiding by the law and constitution, why do you need to give them relief or gestures? They have a right. They deserve it. And all those people who took oath, they have actually blatantly defied their own oath. They don't have conscience. They have interests, whether it's institutions, whether it's the assemblies, whether it's the courts, all of them. So my, analysis says that they're doing what they always did, but this is not going to work this time. We see when Asmir comes here, we see how they present all this, opera. You will see that happening, the drama and the fat lady singing, and we'll see how long this fat lady sings. So we'll come back with more. Do you have any final words too?
So my parting comments would be it's my request for the American people to raise a voice against Biden's policy. And it is my it's my urge for them to ask him to actually come out into the open and talk about the international cipher story and the Ukrainian war, and talk about it openly and come out clean. And he needs to have a congressional hearing related to the cipher, which was a document which was leaked was a communication between the foreign offices of Pakistan and between Donald Lu, who was the Undersecretary of State at that time. We here, Americans, we are privileged people. We enjoy freedom of speech. We have all kinds of rights. Freedom of speech, right to own property. Nobody can curb any of our, anything that we want to express, we can openly express. That's what this country was formed on. And it is my sincere request that we all raise a voice against what is happening in Pakistan. And there's very solid evidences that are pointing towards Biden's administration that he's indirectly supporting what's going on in Pakistan. So American people need to raise a voice against this, and they need to stand with the people of Pakistan, because Pakistan has been the oldest ally in that region. And the longer we prolong, the longer we wait, it's going to create more and more anti-sentiments in that region against America. We want the two nations to be best partners of equal stature in the future. And we want a heart-to-heart connection between the Pakistani nation and the American nation. That's what our aim is. That's what our goal is. And I hope American people, when they cast votes in the next elections, they will consider all these recent developments that are taking place in South Asia and how the livelihood of people is being affected in Pakistan. I hope they will consider all of these things when they're casting their votes in the next elections. Thank you.
My final word is that, number one, it's not even for people of Pakistan. America's interests are hurting there. Ukraine war is a big trap where this Biden administration dragged us to benefit this military-industrial complex. It is hurting people of United States. We have absolutely no stakes or no interest there, other than that this war is making money at the people of United States expense. We are paying, as I said, hard-earned tax dollars, and we are paying in inflation, gas prices and all that. in the pretext of war, which has nothing to do with us. Okay, so we need to do this for us. And as far as civil liberties is concerned, I'll tell you, we don't have as many civil liberties as we had 30 years ago, in one pretext or another, whether it's a Democrat, whether it's Republican. Bush started Patriot Act, Obama took it a level up, several notches up, actually. So they are out to curb American people's civil liberties. So don't be too confident and don't be too comfortable. It's not going to be there if you don't stand up and, claim what is ours, which is United States honor, United States dignity, and United States, our very basic tenets of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness for every human being on earth. That's what America stands for. And that's what we need to reclaim. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.